Hey, and welcome to EUTV Sports Update. We'll be looking at the latest sports news from Evangel University and around the region. I'm Caden McBride.
We'll also look at college football across the nation and check out the latest happenings in professional sports. I'm Elijah Van Natta, and this is Sports Update on EUTV.
Now, Elijah, we got a lot to talk about this morning. Now, Elijah, we got a lot going on this week.
Oh yeah, for sure. We've got some great games, some amazing achievements by our Evangel players, and some good plays by the professionals.
Absolutely. Looking back on some of this stuff, I mean, the Chiefs and Ravens game was insane.
Oh yeah, and the Detroit's versus the 49ers. The comeback was crazy in that.
Absolutely. Some unexpected plays and unexpected results as
Yeah,
well.
for sure. Oh yeah.
This past Saturday, the Valor's men's basketball team took a trip to DeBoer College in Hillsborough, Kansas to go against the Blue Jays in hopes of winning their second game in a row. Evangel started off strong by hitting their first 9 shots in the first 9 minutes, giving them an early lead of 22-11. Josh Pritchett performed great in the first half by scoring 15 points, leaving the halftime score at 37-19. The Valor managed to play strong in the second half and keep their lead on the Blue Jays. Garrett DeVault contributed by scoring 13 points in this half. A floater from DeVault would give the Valor a 70-49 lead against the Blue Jays. However, the Blue Jays would not let up and pushed hard in the last 7 minutes, causing a few Evangel turnovers and narrowing the scores between the teams. However, Evangel's strong defense and good shooting allowed the Valor to take a 86-75 win, earning their second consecutive win. Great work, Valor.
Evangel University's women's basketball team played against Tabor College on Saturday at the Tabor Gymnasium in Hillsborough, Kansas. During their time at Tabor, Valor women's basketball loses in a devastating double overtime game. The final score of the game was 68-67, leaving Valor with a record of 10-7 and boosting Tabor's record to 16-4. Micah Clayton led Evangel with 19 points and was perfect from the free throw line. Valor Track and Field competed in 2 different track meets, one on Friday at the Principal Relays in Elsa, Illinois, and Saturday at the Pittsburgh State Invite in Pittsburgh, Kansas, where Valor Track and Field earned 2 national qualifiers and broke multiple school records. Delaney Weimer broke the record she set last week in the 60-meter dash, allowing her to hit the NAIA A standard and gaining her a spot in the national competition along with Jacob Gillies, the Valor's men's second national qualifier, who recorded a 2.03-meter high jump, hitting the NAIA B standard.
The Valor's women track and field broke history for Evangel at the U.S. Track and Field Cross Country Coaches Association as they ranked 16th in the nation, making it the first time in Evangel's women's track and field history that a team ranked in the top 25. The Valor's women's team currently has a 4x800 team with members Skylar Adams, Emily Harris, Adriana McGregor, and Macy Kopp, who currently have the 4th best time in the nation for this event. The Valor also have the best recorded high jump in the nation and the 8th best triple jump in the nation, thanks to freshman April Phillips. This leaves women's track and field with a team and individual athlete in the top 10 marks in the NAIA. Amazing effort and results for the team. Now, there's a lot of great accomplishments here for Evangel's sports right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think 7 school records were broken at this last track meet, and the basketball game was amazing. So,
absolutely, and that has something to say about the athletes currently putting in the work, but also the coaches who have been working so hard on training them to get to this point. Definitely excited to see where they go next.
Oh yeah, for sure. The rest of the season should be great.
Absolutely. Coming up next, I'll be here with head coach for the Evangel men's basketball team, Coach Capel, to talk about the basketball season.
And later, we'll look at some of the most significant college games from the weekend and upsets in the NFL. We will be right back.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for mental health and other resources. Call 211 or visit 211.org.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
What a disaster.
You're a disaster.
This is a disaster.
You can't be ready for every little disaster, but you can prepare for a big one. Make an emergency plan today.
All right, welcome back. I'm here with the head of men's basketball, Coach Bert Capel. Thank you, Coach Capel, for being here with us today.
I appreciate you having me.
So I guess let's start. How did your journey at Evangel begin?
Yeah. So I came as a student a long time ago. They actually let me play baseball and basketball here, which is why I ended up choosing the school. So I came, and then my sister came a year later, and then my brother came like 4 years later. So we all kind of ended up in Springfield. But left for a little while to coach, and came back in 2019 to kind of help out, and now I'm the head coach. So I guess I've got two journeys to Evangel, but both have been pretty good so far.
Both have been good. Well,
Yeah.
Good deal. Well, how has the season looked so far for you guys?
Yeah, you know, we have a lot of guys back from last year. So I think the expectations are high. They are high for us, for sure. We've had some injuries and stuff happen. Probably haven't had the season that we wanted to so far, but still in a pretty good spot. Got a big game coming up tomorrow, and so we'll see. 8 games left in the season. I think if we can finish strong, we'll have a chance to play in the postseason.
Absolutely, absolutely. Any particular games you guys are looking forward to, or?
You know, I think the one Wednesday is a big game coming up, so we need to take care of that one. And then February 24th is what they're calling the last dance. It'll be the last game in the Ashcroft Center regular season before the new arena's built, so I'm sure that one will be fun to play into. So I don't know, we got to take care of business in all of them, but those are probably the two biggest ones the rest of the year.
Sure, sure. If you could identify some key players that are making a great impact this season, who would you say?
Yeah, it probably starts with Josh Pritchett. He was the returning player of the year from last year in the old conference. Having a good year, probably not as good as what he's wanted to so far, but he's been coming on strong, so he's helped us out. And then we got a couple other seniors, Jace Coffey and Bryce Hunt, both guys that have contributed this year that have been playing well. Like I said, we got 9 seniors, so it's kind of their team. You know, we've had a couple guys step up this year, but really we've had some pretty good play throughout those seniors for the year. And then probably the one lone sophomore, Garrett DeVault, he's had a good year for us too. So we're probably not that team that has like the one guy that carries us the whole time. We're pretty balanced. And so hopefully we can kind of do that the rest of the year as well.
Yeah, well, it's good to be balanced for sure.
Yeah.
Now, you guys just joined the KCAC
Yeah.
conference, right?
Yeah.
So how has that changed the competition?
You know, we played a couple of the KCAC teams last year just to kind of feel for it. The Heart is very competitive. It's got some pretty good teams in it. The biggest thing probably isn't the teams. It's just the travel and the scout and, you know, trying to figure out the other team. You haven't played any before. You don't know any of the players, where before it was you knew what everybody was doing and you went to each game having an idea of what to do. So that's been different and challenging as well. But I think we've handled it well. Probably haven't handled it as good as we want to, but the place we're at near, we've already played all the teams at least one time, so we're on the second round playing the teams again, so we got a better idea about them, so hopefully we can finish strong.
Got a good feel for it overall. Now, as a coach, are there particular values that you push on the team just to create a good culture around them?
Yeah. Well, I think you said the main thing. The culture is certainly the most important part. You know, I think if you have a bad culture, it's a bad experience. We won't get the most out of our players, and so those are important, but I think we just try to play tough. That's the biggest thing. You know, we've got a very talented team, but you look across the country, there's a lot more talented teams, and so we got to find a way to compete with them. So being tough is certainly one of them, and then playing together is the other thing. We like I said, we strive on being balanced, like you said, and so if we can continue that, we'll give ourselves a chance. If we don't, then we'll probably be in trouble.
Absolutely, absolutely. Is there like a favorite thing that you have about being a coach, an aspect that you enjoy the most?
You know, I enjoy the sport of basketball, and obviously I don't play anymore and can't play, and so I enjoy being at least involved in the sport still. I'm a very competitive person, so I want to win and do well, but when you're with a group of guys that you enjoy and you feel like you got a common goal and you're fighting to try to win a championship, it makes it fun. Sometimes sports isn't fun when you're not doing as well. That's the hard part about it, when you lose a tough game or something happens with guys on the team, which has happened this year. It certainly makes it challenging, but just that goal of trying to win with a group of guys and trying to do the best you can, that's probably the most rewarding, and feeling like as a coach you're making a difference in their lives. Because I see those guys almost every day, especially during the season. We're with each other hours and hours a day, and so you really get to know the guys. You really have an influence, and really they have an influence on me as well. It just kind of goes all the way around. But yeah, the better the team, a lot more fun it is to coach.
Yeah, so kind of like a family dynamic. Absolutely, you guys have there. That's awesome. That's awesome. Are there any particular goals that you have for this season?
I think when we started the year, the seniors, we had like I said, we had a bunch of seniors coming back. We lost 2 good players last year, but felt like we had a chance to win. And so obviously doing well in the conference, winning the conference championship, winning the regular season probably is out of the question just because we don't have enough games left to catch the guys at the top, but still could win a conference championship and still can make our way to the national tournament. So I think those 2 goals are still there. I think we got a chance if we can finish the season strong. But we'll see. I mean, it's up to them. We'll make sure we're prepared and getting after it. And then with these last 8 games, we really need to find a way to win all of them or most of them if we can.
Well, absolutely. Well, we believe in you guys. Thank you so much for being with us today, Coach Capel, and good luck this season.
Thank you very much.
Coming up, we'll look at the college basketball and upsets from the weekend in the NFL. So stay tuned. It was great to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for help with food, healthcare, and other resources.
211, how can I help you?
Call 211 or visit 211.org. 211, get connected, get help.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
The Iowa State Cyclones claimed their 7th straight home win against a ranked opponent on Saturday at the Hilton Coliseum over the Kansas Jayhawks. Trey King brought the team to a lead as he finished with 21 points and a career-high 4 3-pointers. Kansas Jayhawks' Hunter Dickinson fought back as he scored 20 points, 16 of which in the second half, along with 15 rebounds for the Jayhawks as well. Iowa State led by 12 in the second half until Kansas stepped up and made things interesting in the final minutes of the game. However, the Cyclones still managed to keep their lead over the Jayhawks. The score was brought to 74-72 until Keyshawn Gilbert hit a clutch 3-pointer with 41 seconds left, bringing Iowa's lead back to 5. Gilbert scored 11 of his 16 points in the last six minutes of the game to help finish what the team had started, leaving the final score 79-75. This victory improved the Cyclones' record to 16-4 with a 13-0 record at home this season and a 5-2 record for the Big 12 Conference. The loss for the Jayhawks dropped their record to 16-4, making them 4-3 in the Big 12 Conference.
The Oklahoma City Thunders played the Detroit Pistons on Sunday at Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, where the #1 team in the Western Conference, the Oklahoma City Thunders, added 1 to their loss record. The final score of the game was 120-104, leaving the Thunders with a record of 32-14 in the Western Conference, while the number 15 team in the Eastern Conference, the Detroit Pistons, go home with a record of 6-40. Pistons player Jalen Duren had an amazing performance at Sunday's game with 22 points and a career-high 21 rebounds. The 49ers are headed to the Super Bowl after their game against the Lions on Sunday. The San Francisco 49ers beat the Detroit Lions 34-31 at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, in the deciding game for a spot in the Super Bowl. The Lions led 24-7 at halftime, but couldn't hold on to their lead, allowing the 49ers to make a huge comeback in the second half, win the game, and secure their spot in the Super Bowl this year, where they will face the Kansas City Chiefs for the title of Super Bowl champions.
The Kansas City Chiefs took on the top-seeded team, the Baltimore Ravens, in a highly anticipated AFC Championship game on Sunday at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Patrick Mahomes threw a touchdown pass to Kelsey in the first quarter. In the second quarter, Chiefs running back Isaiah Pacheco ran for another touchdown. Ravens wide receiver Zay Flowers scored after receiving a 30-yard pass from Lamar Jackson. However, the Chiefs defense played lights out, and Chiefs cornerback L'Jarius Sneed caused Zay Flowers to fumble at the goal line, preventing his second touchdown in the fourth quarter. As the frustration continued to mount for the Ravens offense, Lamar Jackson would throw an interception on the very next drive. Ravens defense played well, holding the Chiefs to only 1 field goal and after the 2 scores, but it wasn't enough. Kelsey had a great game. He caught a great touchdown on the Chiefs' first drive and later broke Jerry Rice's record for the most receptions in playoff history. The Chiefs claimed a 17-10 win over the Ravens, sending them to their 4th Super Bowl in 6 years.
These games, the Super Bowl this year will be crazy for sure.
It will be. I think it's impressive to see where the Chiefs have come and how they're managed to get to their 4th Super Bowl in 6 years. And I mean, even watching the Ravens and the Chiefs play, Patrick Mahomes really handled that game well, managed them overall.
Oh yeah, for sure. And same for the 49ers against the Detroit Lions. I mean, it was an absolutely crazy game. In the first half, I thought that it was over for them, and they made an amazing comeback in the second half. So I'm excited to see how the Super Bowl plays out this year for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. Show's never given up, even in the second half. You
Yeah,
got to
for
keep
sure.
going. Got to
Oh,
keep going for sure. When we come back, we'll have the EUTV Player of the Week.
We'll also have your upcoming Evangel games this week. We'll be right back.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantori here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
Man, Elijah, looking back over this week, it has been a great week for Valor Sports.
Oh yeah, for sure. I am looking forward to seeing some of the performances next week, and the performances this week were absolutely amazing from all of our athletes. So,
overall, great work for him, for
sure.
sure. It's now time to look at the EUTV Sports Player of the Week.
This week's EUTV Player of the Week is Delaney Weimer. Delaney is a junior from Springfield, Missouri. Delaney broke the school record in the 60-meter dash that she set the week prior, running a 7.53-second run, hitting the NAIA A standard and placing 6th overall, while also hitting the NAIA B standard in the 200-meter dash and placing 6th overall with a time of 25.16, breaking another Evangel school record. Delaney is starting off the season strong and putting in the work to make it an unforgettable season for the Valor. Congratulations, Delaney, on these amazing accomplishments.
Congratulations indeed. That's a lot of work right there, but she did good work for sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, 7.53 seconds, that's pretty fast.
It's impressive,
so,
for sure. Credit where it's due.
Yeah.
Now let's take a look at the upcoming Evangel games this week. Starting off with men's basketball, they'll be playing both Wednesday and Saturday. Wednesday against Kansas Wesleyan at home, and at home again against York University.
Following that, our women's basketball will be playing Wednesday and Saturday versus Kansas Wesleyan at 5:30 and 1 p.m., also in the Ashcroft.
Track and field will compete both Friday and Saturday at the open indoor meet in Topeka, Kansas.
For our Valor baseball, we have a game on Friday and Saturday, double headers, one at noon and 2:30 versus William Baptist at our home field.
Let's go Evangel Valor. All right. As you can tell, we have a lot of exciting games coming up this next week. Good luck to our athletes. Hope they compete to their best.
Yeah, and you know, I'm sure they would love to see you guys come out there and support them. Go Valor. That's all the time we have for today for Sports Update. We invite you to check out euvalormedia.com for all the latest Evangel news and media. I'm Elijah Van Natta.
And I'm Caden McBride. Be sure to join us in 2 weeks as we bring you the latest in sports news. For more information on Evangel Sports, go to evangelathletics.com. This has been Sports Update on EUTV.